Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Friday, April 3rd, 2026. LI.FI Chainlink and Lido launch one-click wstETH staking. The Bank of Canada publishes a DeFi lending report, and the Ethereum Foundation stakes an additional 23,000 ETH. All this and more starts right after this message. Lido now offers more than staking. Lido Earn lets you deploy ETH or stablecoins into curated DeFi strategies for daily auto-compounded earnings with transparent allocations and first loss protection. Grow your rewards with Earn ETH and Earn USD on stake.lido.fi/earn. LI.FI, Chainlink, and Lido have teamed up to introduce one-click cross-chain staking into wrapped stETH, enabling users to swap any assets on any supported chain into wrapped stETH in a single transaction. LI.FI handles transaction routing and pricing through its API, while Chainlink powers the cross-chain infrastructure via Chainlink CCIP and maintains liquidity balance using Chainlink automation. Lido, the largest liquid staking protocol on Ethereum, stakes the ETH on the Ethereum beacon chain and issues wrapped stETH. Together, the integration delivers a seamless, unified user experience for cross-chain staking. Lido also recently hit 100,000 ETH in TVL on its Earn ETH DeFi Vault, which was launched just 3 weeks ago on March 12th. Lido is a current sponsor of ETH Daily. The Bank of Canada published a report on DeFi lending, focusing on returns, leverage, and liquidation risk, using Aave v3 as a case study. The report found that earnings are concentrated, with a small number of tokens generating most of the profits, while overall returns remain low but stable due to low operating costs and conservative over-collateralized lending. The report also highlighted that about 20% of borrowing activity comes from recursive leverage strategies. Overall, it characterizes DeFi lending as transparent, automated, and cost-efficient, with risk managed through strict collateral requirements and liquidation mechanisms. The report concluded that lending without traditional intermediaries is technically and operationally viable. And lastly, the Ethereum Foundation executed an additional staking deposit of about 23,000 ETH from its treasury to the Ethereum beacon chain as part of its broader goal of staking 70,000 ETH. The addition brings the Foundation's current total staked ETH to 47,050 ETH. The staking rewards will flow back to the Foundation treasury to support Ethereum ecosystem initiatives. The Foundation is using minority clients, multiple beacon and execution client pairings, and a mix of hosted and self-managed infrastructure across jurisdictions. In other news, Revoke Cash releases an update on its browser extension, ZachXBT publishes the USDC files, and EAP 7702 goes live on Linea. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.